making a move. So this was reported on Business of Fashion, written by Kathleen Shin. The Tapestry deal. So Tapestry is the parent company of Coach, handbag leather goods company, Kate Spade as well. And they have acquired Capri, who is a holding company or a holding group behind Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo, and Versace. So this is an $8.5 billion transaction, a deal that has potential to dramatically reshape the U.S. Global fashion position. So together, the expanded group, which includes Tapestry's shoe label, Stowart Wiseman, they will generate a little over $12 billion in annual revenue, putting it a little bit ahead of American fashion conglomerate PVH Corp, who is a holding company for Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. So she posed the question, if Tapestry has the scale and the right brands under their belt now to compete with the European luxury heavyweights. You got Kering, who just did that big Creed deal. Then you got LVMH, who buys up everything every chance they get, expanding their luxury portfolio. So this Tapestry deal kind of puts them, in the running of who's competing in these large luxury holding companies. This deal definitely puts Tapestry in the lead for American luxury brands, but still, leagues behind LVMH, a little bit closer to Kering, but they're leading the U.S. and I think they're trying to position themselves for that market that we spoke about before, that aspirational shoppers, maybe leveraging the prestige of Versace to kind of boost the appeal of some of their, mid-level luxury brands or entry-level luxury. So it's an interesting play, and it kind of puts the U.S. in a position, or at least from a business perspective, a local business owner or a small boutique brand, to kind of have your business in order, because it seems like they're trying to make a shift for America to become a competing or contender in the field of luxury retail. And just some quick little numbers for people who like analytics and numbers. Tapestry's operating margins are a little bit less as well when you're looking at the overall brands now. They're lagging most luxury brands. So Hermes is operating at about 45% margins. Tapestry is falling at about 20%. You have Ralph Lauren and Hugo Boss and Zegna behind, respectfully, 10 to 15%. So this is an interesting move. I think this is going to make some waves in the fashion industry, in the luxury retail space. I think American brands are retooling to prepare to take majority share of consumer market share. So it's definitely an aggressive move at that, to kind of throw themselves into the running as contender, because as it sits right now, I believe they're third or fourth in the world as far as biggest American fashion companies. As far as biggest global fashion companies, they're number 3 and they're number 1 in America. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But you can pop over to Oxford Cafe Group for a little bit more details when information like this comes out, especially when American luxury brands are making these big moves. That brings into play, companies like Carhartt, which is a Detroit staple. Where do they fall in that industrial workwear? But then, they have the work in progress, which is their design studio, kind of high-end workwear designs. So it's going to be interesting to see which American brands kind of become next for mergers or acquisitions, buyouts, or going public and stuff like that. You still got Ralph Lauren, who's been, a staple, and he's a publicly traded company. So make sure you guys keep your eyes on this, especially if you into fashion, or if you're in the business and looking to try to navigate from designer to boutique and growing and scaling. This is good information coming out, and it's good insight to kind of see the direction that fashion is going in on the American side. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you on that one. So that's a wrap. That's a wrap for this week's report. Be sure to like, follow, join, subscribe with us on all platforms. That's Oxford Cafe Detroit for your latest luxury leisure goods and accessories. Oxford Cafe Group for your exclusive luxury leisure events and content. I am your host, Mr. Ike. Tap in with us again next week. In the meantime, stay creative, stress less, drink more champagne. Blessings in life. Cheers.